Hello everyone, you have Royce here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to add another trifasciata cultivar, and we're going to add it on the playlist. This cultivar, by the way, is not published, and you cannot find any information about it in the old books or even in the Sansevieria journals of the International Sansevieria Society. Uh, this cultivar, though, is posted online as Mutant Moonshine or Mutant, which is very confusing. It is also known as Casper for 7 years in Europe, and that information was given to me by one of my closest friend in the collection of Sansevieria, Shiv Ash, and he informed me that this cultivar has been existing in Europe for already 7 years, and it is having the ID of Casper. So I will refer to it as Sansevieria trifasciata Casper in the absence of a person publishing a name for it. Uh, and also, not really I will not really recommend it to be called as Moonshine Mutant, because Moonshine has a lot of mutations. Namely, you can have Moonshine Splash from Moonshine. You can also have a mutation of Moonshine Glow from Moonshine. You can also have a mutation of Green Lace from Moonshine. So it is very confusing to use the ID of Mutant Moonshine or Moonshine Mutant, because that ID has been used excessively and it is very redundant and confusing. So I will refer to this specific cultivar, which I am um, featuring right now, as Casper. So it is a stable cultivar because I have seen it from other collectors' post in social media, and the offset from the rhizomes are exactly the same as what you see in front of you right now. So once you have this cultivar and it gives you an offset, it is true to leaf when you acquire or you grow it through rhizome, or it will have offsets from the roots. It is true to form. If you leaf propagate them, there is a big chance that you will be acquiring just uh, an educated guess. It would be trifasciata robust if you leaf propagate this, because once you leaf propagate this, the pattern would not be carried over and you will end up having the green form or the banded form of trifasciata, which is what I will show you later on. So right now, I've given you some information about this cultivar. Like I mentioned, it is not found in any books, so I'm not able to give you any information as to who cultivated it, or who introduced this cultivar. But what I have been told by a very reliable source, which is one of my friends, is that it has been existing in Europe for 7 years, and it's called Casper. So we will discuss the characteristics of the leaf, and once again, this our discussion would be just stating out the facts. So take it or leave it. What I'll say here is what I see. So there's nothing false about it. I'm not making up anything as I show you the cultivar itself. So without further ado, we'll start discussing the characteristics of Casper. I will refer to it as Casper because it is very confusing to refer to it as Mutant Moonshine. Alright, so going back, the pattern of it, by the way, this is juvenile leaf. So juvenile leaf of trifasciatus can sometimes be very light in coloration. Later on, I will show you the matured leaf of this specimen, but right now you will see that the margins are very light from side to side, and then the dark coloration of it is in the middle part. So if you are just guessing as to where this plant came from, you would say that it could have come from moonshine. So that is actually, I don't have any proof of that. I haven't seen anyone post of an offset of moonshine giving out a Casper cultivar of a trifasciata. So later on I will show you why I don't think it came from moonshine at all. So juvenile leaf, one in the middle is also juvenile, that's why it's very light. You'd see the darker coloration, which is very similar to the middle part, is very similar to black coral, and then the sides would be the base form or the banded form of trifasciata. So those are the juvenile leaf. Now let's discuss the matured leaf of this cultivar called Casper. Once again, I will refer to it as Casper because it's very confusing to call it Mutant Moonshine, which is, I don't think it is. So here is the matured form of the leaf. You see that it's no longer moonshine in appearance, but instead this is the common pattern of trifasciatus. The base form of trifasciatus, the banded form of trifasciatus, is the true form of the trifasciata species itself, which is the margins on the sides of the leaf. So those are normal trifasciata, the margin, and then the mutated one would be the middle part, which is very similar to black coral, to a previous episode that I posted, future extreme, and also looks very similar to simplex, the one in the middle. So that is my assessment of the matured leaf. That's one of the matured leaf. This is another one. So as you can see, nothing of it is moonshine. In fact, this is normal trifasciata pattern. The base trifasciata, the banded form, and then the one in the middle is the dark clone of trifasciata, which is composed of mostly darker banding than lighter bandings of trifasciata. So I think those are the ones that I can really point out as to the characteristics of this plant, and hopefully it could enlighten some people with regards to the characteristics of it, or where it came from, or is it really moonshine. However, what I say on this content are pure facts. I say the facts as I move around, or as I show you the leaf patterns, so there's nothing false about what I said. Everything that I said or I will say are just facts. So I think that is one of those are some of the characteristics that I can point out. And by the way, there are cases wherein, especially the green lace from moonshine, that will show you a strip of trifasciata's banded form over the very silvery form of moonshine, which is also have appeared in one of the cultivars that we introduced here in the Philippines called San Telmo. So it showed you that strip of the banded form or the base form of trifasciatas, which you can see on green lace. By the way, green lace, I don't have that cultivar of trifasciata because I had it once, but it is not true to form. The moment that it gives you offset, it transforms back to just moonshine, and you will not acquire, or this green lace pattern will not be carried over to the offsets of that moonshine. So green lace is not considered as a proper cultivar because it's not true to form when you get offsets from the rhizome. By the way, this cultivar that I'm showing you is Sansevieria trifasciata Santelmo because of this flame-like patch that mutated from the Philippines, and Santelmo is a flame-like spirit, and it is one of the folklores here. That is why we named this specific cultivar as Santelmo because of the distinctive characteristics of having this flame-like patch on a trifasciata. So, going back to what we were discussing, um, again, it is debatable for this cultivar to have come from Moonshine Splash because of the facts that I have reiterated, especially the uh, matured leaf, which transforms into just the normal pattern or the base banded form of trifasciatas, and the middle part is very similar to black coral, and there's nothing about it that would be moonshine. All right, so going back, before we end, we will take measurements. I don't have the other tool that I usually have in measuring leaf width, but right now we can just use the ruler to measure the leaf. So the juvenile leaves width would be around 2 inches. The matured leaf is a wide leaf type, so I can measure it for you. And right now, if you can see my fingers, that's where it ended, and it measures more than 3 inches, which is a wide leaf variety of trifasciata within the compact group. So I'm having a measure of very close to 3.5 inches. So that is a very wide leaf. My guess, if you leaf propagate Casper, you will end up having Sansevieria trifasciata robust. So there you go. We're done measuring the leaf width. We'll measure the leaf length for now. So this specific specimen, I'm sorry, would just be around 10 inches, and some of the leaves are growing 11 inches to close to 12 inches. For juvenile specimens, however, I have also seen some of my colleagues post in social media of their Casper growing to I think around 18 to 19 inches, but not more than 2 feet. So, with that said, they are part of the compact group, medium sized leaf, wide leaf variety of trifasciata, because in trifasciatas, under the compact group or the medium-sized leaf, you can have trifasciata leaf that are narrow. You can have trifasciata leaf that are very wide. So this is part of the wide leaf variety of trifasciata. Some would be narrow leaf under the compact group. They're the ones that are not growing more than 2 feet. So those are one of the characteristics that I can point out about this cultivar. Um, I think we have discussed enough of it. And if you do have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below. I will try to answer it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like the content. And I wish you guys to have a great day. Thank you, everyone.